You are completely capable of drawing explosive dynamic figures. You just need to stop letting stiff outlines trap your characters in place. When you spend hours of agonizing over perfect muscles or flat pose, your art completely loses its life. Instead, you need to start stacking simple, twisted 3D shapes that lock in the raw gesture first. So now to start, we got these two poses that I've chosen off of Pinterest. And I started with the head first and working my way with the circle to the chest. And I'm going to do this circle for the waist. And I'm trying to work in the structure of the figure so I can kind of figure out the position of the pose or which way the pose is going to go. That way it'd be easier for me to draw the whole thing out. And you see also the hands are the main focal point of the pose. So the hands are going to be where I'm going to draw, kind of outline it first before I start to add in the majority of the fingers, because I want to make sure that I have the structure of the outline first that's measured out. That way I know the distance of how far the hand is from the arms. So now I'm adding in the curves on top of the square shapes on the hands so I can kind of get a general idea of where the fingers are going to go before I start to work in those tips of the fingers. And I mentioned before in my other posts that I always draw the tips of the fingers first and work my way down to the palm of the hand. And that's my fast, easy method for drawing fingers and, structuring it out easier. That way, when you get the bend of the finger, it's easier to draw the fingers out, especially when you're drawing the hand. Because I know the hand is the most challenging to draw, which is why that was my method for figuring out how to draw the fingers quickly and also maintaining the structure of the hand. So I'm working in each of the fingers, drawing in the tip of the finger first, and using this three-cylinder method, I'm working my way back into the palm. That way it's easier to structure it out. It's like having building blocks. You have building blocks, or if you're using clay, you're building upon everything, and that's kind of my way for drawing hands. It's like you're using it as building blocks to go back into that palm. And so right now I'm darkening all the lines, adding in the leg, trying to darken that area up, adding a little bit more structure to the pose, just to kind of throw in all the other shapes. Now I'm working in the finger for the other hand, starting out with the thumb first, working my way down, drawing all the cylinders right back into that palm. Now I'm adding the little curves for the bottom to add those other fingers. Now, typically, I know usually I'll draw the circles for the knuckles first before I draw the hand, but I usually do the circles when I'm drawing the hands from the back of the hand. I may do it on the front of the hand too, but generally I'll do it when I'm drawing the back of the hand, and then when I'm drawing it from the front of the hand, I'll use those curve shapes, like those upside down U's, to draw the fingers. Now I'm working my way, adding the cylinders again for the fingers, adding the other one, adding the other finger. The other finger is touching it a little bit, so just draw the tip first. That way you already know how far the finger is going to go, measuring it out, and just draw the rest of the finger going back towards that palm, and now you're adding the palm in there. And I know typically it's the most difficult of the hands to draw because the hand is at an angle and perspective, so you're kind of, the palm is shorter as far as being shrunken to fit that 3D perspective space. Now I'm just darkening some of the lines, finding the details. That way it's a little more clear. Adding the rib cage. That way when you start adding details, you can just go over it, erase it, and fine tune it as you see fit. Now for this pose, the hand is also the focal point of the pose. So I'm going in, I'm starting with the head first, and I'm working my way down towards the feet. And the hands for this one wouldn't be that much of a challenge. It'd just be more like you can do cylinders for the hands if you want, but when you see me draw, you'll see me draw out those fingers and then start to break them apart. That's right. I'm adding in that center line, adding the circle for the shoulder, the cylinder for the arm, even though it's foreshortened. So that's why I'm using those overlaps. Whenever I'm foreshortening poses, I use those overlaps over the shapes. See me, I'm drawing a circle for the knee first. I'm going to overlap those. I drew the circles first because I'm trying to measure out how far the leg is going to go up, and I'm overlapping those lines over top of that circle. And that's how you get that foreshortened look in the pose for the shapes. So I drew in that forearm, and the other forearm on the right side. And I'm just erasing in that line a little bit so not too confusing, because the arm is over the knee. So I'm going in and working in that shape of the hand, outlining it out. That way I know distance of how far the hand is going to be on top of the knee, or a little bit past the knee. And that's the best way to measure out. When you're measuring out things, draw the shape out first and work your way back. That way you'll know the distance of how far that particular body part is to the other. And that right now I'm working in the calf of the leg, go way down. I'm going back with the fingers and I'm adding those, since the hand is going up, I'm adding the little U shape and I'm working the fingers in. Tips first going down. Now with the hand open like that, I did tips first with this first hand, but generally you can just draw the hand straight out because the hands are open and spread out, and then you can just break it apart as you see fit. But I don't know why I decided to break it down this time, but either or is fine. So I'm adding in, just drawing that tip first, going back to that palm, adding the palm in there, roughing it out. They don't necessarily have to draw the inside of the palm. I just did it just for purpose of the video, but typically you can just, once you draw the fingers out, you can just go over it. And I mean, going over it anyway to add details, so there's no point detailing it all the way unless you really want to. And sometimes I'll do detail certain things just so that I can see it better when I'm drawing details. So it's either way is fine. There's no bad way of drawing and structuring out poses. Now you see for this one, I chose the method I mentioned before where I just drew the finger straight out. That's the fastest way to do an open hand, and now I'm separating it. That way you can get that separation in faster without drawing the tip first and then going in. Because when you're drawing straight out, you can just easily adjust, as you go. So it's just no point trying to figure out after that. But if the fingers were bent a little bit, then you draw the tips first, which I've done in the last pose. So right now I'm working in the foot, getting that down, foot's straight. So I'm drawing the foot out, finding all the shapes in her foot. Since she's wearing shoes, so I'm kind of just drawing that in there, even though most of my poses don't really have feet anyway. I just, draw the feet when they're visible. But the majority of the poses that I've drawn from, they always wear shoes. So right now I'm working in that the forearm, making sure it goes right above that knee, trying to just fix certain shapes. So right now I'm just fixing up the lines and erasing a few things, but the pose is generally done. Now, if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hype it up, hit the like button, subscribe, comment for any other videos you want to see, and take care.